What is this? You eat some pasta today?
Well, there's red sauce.
You got some schmutz. Let me get
How
that.
Jewish of her.
What? No,
Am I cut?
it's like pasta sauce. It's like hardened marinara.
I washed my face today.
Okay, we got it.
Apparently not well enough.
And I was gonna say, speaking of not well enough, and that's a
Speaking of
roast.
marinara sauce,
This guy loves cheesy bread.
he likes garlic bread.
I'm so sorry. Hey girl, you trying to hit this?
Oh, you know exactly what I need. And that's 2 girls, 1 blunt.
What's up, you filthy fucking stoners? We're back at it. I'm your co-host, Jaime Lee.
And I'm Emily Wade. I don't have a second name, so I had to add that in there.
We have a great guest. He's very funny. He's a comedian. He's out of LA right now. Started in Tampa. He's written for Kevin Hart, Snoop Dogg. He just had a special release on YouTube. By JB Ball. Welcome to 2 Girls, 1 Blunt, JB.
What's good?
It's
How you guys
our
doing?
privilege to have you.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Just one more privilege white people are exercising.
It's our honor.
It's always the white woman.
It's not our privilege to have you.
Wait. Oh, was that an insult?
No, you're fine. I'm totally fine.
It's our honor.
It's an honor and a privilege.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take all of it.
That's
Yeah,
a normal
yeah.
thing to say.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow, thank you so much.
Oh my God, don't do this.
You have blessed
My
us
ancestors
today.
are so happy right now.
I
They're
know.
looking down going like, yeah, make those bitches bow.
I know what can make it better.
I'm totally joking.
Oh, so
How are you today?
I'm good. Now this is dude, I love this setup that you got.
Thank you.
you fit very well in it.
Thank you.
All
I
the
tried to
turquoise.
blend.
You know what I have to say? I
Yeah.
think you are the best dressed guest we've had on.
You know what? I am not going to refute that.
He's like, thank you.
I just want to feel good about something. No, I appreciate that. I'm just out here trying to support Maui. You know what I mean?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, if you can't hear, I'm wearing
We love a man who supports a good cause.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to support the I don't even know the working on it.
He'll get there one
All
day.
of my tactics don't work, but I'm getting in there. I'm like, what about wet willies?
Ooh.
How's your cancer?
It's going great, actually. I'm in remission.
I am the Cancer. What's
What's up?
what's your star
Oh, I stuck
star
it in the wrong
sign?
e- What's my star sign?
Yeah, I'm a Cancer.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Was I supposed to come or was I supposed to have cancer? Mr. Krabs.
your
It reminds me
pincers?
of the Pokemon.
Oh, what's
and
the
you go- you know what I'm talking about?
crab Pokemon called?
I don't know.
Dog, I haven't
Ew,
been in
I don't
8th
like
grade
wet
for so
willies.
long.
It's been a long time.
Well, I really don't remember. No, I'm a Pisces.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the
A
Philip.
When's your
water
birthday?
sign.
March 14th.
Okay.
Same birthday as Albert Einstein.
Ooh.
Same birthday as Seth Curry. Or
Okay.
Steph Curry, excuse me, not Seth. Steph Curry. The better one.
Basketball player.
Yeah. Same birthday as Larry Johnson, who
Oh,
I
who's
think
that?
y'all won't remember. Larry Johnson's kind of before you.
Is he a
was
basketball player?
He was a basketball star.
Okay.
But he became famous for doing these commercials where he did this character called Grandmama, where he was basically dressing up like an old lady and then dunking on random people. It was actually really funny.
I love
It was
that.
very funny.
I love
So
that.
we were like, Larry Johnson forever. He's also one of the original guys from the first Space Jam. So when the aliens take the players,
yes.
Larry
Okay.
Johnson is one of the guys. in
Okay.
it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he was cool.
You learn something new
And
every
then
day.
there's me.
I was about to say, are you the Albert Einstein of comedy?
Not even close. Are we kidding? But like one day, maybe I will bomb that badly. Get it? Get it? Albert Einstein? What are we? Okay.
Oh, was he a bomb guy?
Difficulty. I
he
can't
was-
tell what I just hit. I hope
I
it
think that was the
claps.
colonizer.
Oh, no.
We have a button that just goes colonizer.
Wait, does it really? Oh my God.
But you have to hear this.
Yeah, let me hear that.
We'll do it after the podcast.
We'll totally-
It's so funny.
Yeah.
So it was just our old producer.
It's because I said something fucked up, and he was like, "You're such a colonizer."
but he yelled it, and then he made it and programmed it into our thing. So anytime he
Okay.
wanted to just be like dumb
love
white
that.
girls or like anyone, he'd be like colonizer.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
It was good
If you can
shit.
just get one Samuel L. Jackson soundbite in there, that's perfection. Just mean you a smart motherfucker. Just like one of those. Just like,
Is that bad if we're white and we like do sounds like that though?
Is that
you know what I mean?
appropriate?
no,
Is it
that's
appropriate?
awesome. Now, if you impersonate, now you're getting into tricky territory.
Okay, so there's this new
Tricky.
thing.
I'm not saying bad, but tricky.
People
Depends
did a
on the-
Morgan Freeman voice right now.
I think it'd only be super
No,
funny.
that's fine.
To watch
would-
you attempt
Yeah,
a
that
Morgan
would be
Freeman, I think
terrible.
that's just super funny.
I would vomit so bad
That's
that
the way
people
it
would be like,
was.
it's not even bad because, yeah.
People are talking
Yeah.
about digital blackface, though.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like a big thing. I feel like in
For my own sake. I mean, because obviously I know. But like, if I didn't know, what
For
would be
anyone
digital
listening.
blackface?
digital blackface is
Yeah.
basically where you're using like only memes with black people, like only videos with
Oh, I
black
didn't
people.
know
You're
this.
only sharing black content. Maybe you have memes that say the N-word in it, and it's like spelled out. And it's like, oh, you think you can do that because you're anonymous because you're online,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
is
yeah,
that
yeah.
digital blackface?
I say this not speaking for other black people, just for myself. I don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's more like I have such tangible things to be upset about that like a hypothetical page that I can't identify the identity of the person using it doing black comedy. You know what I mean? I just go like,
That's
there's
why I
so
asked
many
if
more
it
tangible
was-
things to be upset about. I think that's in good fun because I think that's about your sense of humor.
That's what we think. Like
Like the
sometimes sharing
soundboard.
memes. I remember one of my best friends. She was like, I shared a meme and it was like a black woman in the meme and it said something, but it was like in conversation. I share a lot of memes,
Yeah.
but that was like the best option out of all the memes to fit what.
Yeah.
But she was just like, "Oh, you should probably try to find memes that are with white people." And I was like, "Oh."
I never have heard that, and I do.
So we became conscious of it.
Yeah.
I want to make
Yeah.
this very clear because this is so the idea of appropriation is an evolving concept on both sides of the fence, right? So I'll give you an example of why I'm thinking of this. I did Montreal Just for Laughs in 2016. I did New Faces there. I had success there, got a manager, got an agent, immediately started getting these auditions. I get on this MTV audition for this show called Yo, Is This Racist?, which is going to be a spinoff show of the podcast, right? And it was this panel show where basically they would have people representing different cultures, different genders, just different demographics.
Okay.
And they would have a topic and you would just kind of debate how you took this thing, right? No bullshit. This is 2016. Me as an educated black man, been to college, got degrees, multiple. I'm not a dumb dude. I ain't the smartest dude in the room, but by no means can I be like, I'm a dumb dude. I had never heard the term appropriation, let alone got a definition or seen an example of it. Even if I had experienced it, I never knew there was even a word for it or that it was like a high tension issue for people.
Yeah.
Because in the world that I grew up in my bubble, it was never like a thing. Like no one cared, no one was being
Yeah.
affected in that way. So one of the prompts, I never forgot this. One of the prompts of the show was, is Kylie Jenner wearing cornrows appropriation?
Okay.
And does it bother you? And me as a person, still black person, but still as a person who had never heard of it, I was like, I don't give a shit. Because my whole stance on it was like, how is hair hurting somebody? Like, wear it however the fuck you want. Like that, but that I only saw it on the surface as that.
Yeah.
Years later, it took years later before I got an education from some people on the stigmas around hair and how some black women are limited to certain hairstyles and how they are viewed in white spaces.
Yeah.
And how they don't get the same treatment as, say, white women who do the exact same thing. I had never seen a hair prejudice in my life.
Okay.
So to me, it seemed ridiculous because I had never seen an example of it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you talking? Is this really an issue? Like, that was my honest interpretation of it, right?
But there's so
Until
many
someone was able to
nuances.
educate me on it, right?
Yeah.
And I always tried to remember that example when I was criticizing other people who were being ignorant to a thing that I was more passionate about, or maybe somebody else was more passionate about, where I go like, you may be a bad person, but I don't know that you're just not ignorant, right? What happens when we can give you the resources or the information to know this in another way? What do you do with it then?
Yeah.
If you still
Okay.
use it in a negative way, now you are being racist or prejudiced or something. But if you just genuinely didn't have that information to guide like your judgment or your opinion or your feeling, I think it's kind of unjust to judge you for it. Where I go like, well, you're only judging what you understood. What we're finding out is that you don't understand a lot. It's not a crime, but let's get you that information.
Yeah.
And then let's see what you do with it. So
I grew up in a space where it wasn't like a person of color's job to educate us.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I talk about this in the special, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we're like, you know what I mean? Like, so college, like that's all we were talking about.
Sure.
And that was, I guess, like 2012.
Yeah.
For me,
You know
that
what I
was
mean?
like
Those
2016. I feel like when those conversations happened, like Me Too happened, that like swept, and then we started really diving into like social inadequacies and places like we could fix shit. And that's when I learned all the nuance and stuff behind that. Like the Crown Act was just passed in California that prohibits discrimination against Black women for their natural hair.
Right.
This year.
Yeah. How
That's
crazy is that?
crazy.
How
This
crazy
year.
is
That's
that?
so crazy.
So people are like, oh, that shit's over and done with. It's like, no, there's still more conversations to be had, more education.
And so in my special, I do talk about like each of these things, right? And what's interesting as I read through the comments, because the comments have been like so resoundingly like positive, that the few bad ones like will really shine through in my head, where I go like, how did you miss it by this much, right? And what I guess
Yeah.
I'm learning from those, because they don't feel trolly. They feel like people who genuinely disagree. The few I've seen, I don't read them a ton, but the few that I did see.
Yeah.
And what I was learning, I guess, was people get this idea that the world is evolving with their own brains. And they don't understand that their own brains are catching up to the world. The world is really far behind. It just may not be where you currently are at right now. Do you understand what I'm saying? I
Interesting.
travel the country. I see every part of this country relative to like the major metropolises. Different another place is. I'm a person
Traveling
from Florida.
is so important for that because
Yeah.
I grew up in a really ignorant small town.
Perspective
Like
matters.
76 kids in my grade, 300 kids in my school, small, and they were so ignorant. And I was in this bubble, and I was like, "Fuck." I feel like there's more to this because this just doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was all I grew up in, so that's all I knew. And then I was like, this seems wrong. And then I went to school, and I was like, oh my God, this is really wrong.
Yeah.
And but my school was predominantly white.
Okay.
So I was learning from learning from a lot of white people, you know, which kind of you don't get to
Not a crime, but like you
Yeah.
just want to get a range of perspectives.
Yeah.
Like that's what you need.
and then going to different states and different areas and being around different types of people, like that's when I was able to put a lot of stuff into like bigger perspective. It's so important to travel and get to know other people.
That's why you have a mixed writers room on shows, right? It's not that we're saying anybody's wrong. It's that sometimes you just don't know how to anticipate the perspective from another group, right? Like we can just talk as men and women about dating. And the reality is like, I don't know what it's like to date as a woman.
Yeah.
I don't know day to day. I can speak on the things that I've learned from you, right? But it's still not me speaking from experience. I'm regurgitating what I've learned from you. It's on you to convey what you feel like is relevant on behalf of your group, right? And again, and you don't even speak for your whole group, right? Because like y'all are going to sparse and be like, I don't identify with this woman. I identify more with that woman. So
sometimes we
there's
don't
a
even
range.
identify with each other.
Exactly. But it's just that like it's really interesting meeting people who have gained perspective because then they become obsessed with perspective.
Yes.
Because you just feel like you're leveling up, like you're getting such a better understanding of everything because you're getting it from all these
Well,
sides.
also too,
right?
once you realize like how ignorant you might have been
Yeah.
in the past and like just uneducated in something, you're like, fuck. That was way worse than I thought. You know what I mean? And then
Don't
you
just
want to
wanna,
like
make a list of apologies you could dish
Yeah.
out. yeah.
You start going through all these scenarios and you're like, shit. And you know, I mean, all you could do is continue to grow. But the perspective thing is, I want constant new perspective.
I had this theory of like we shouldn't be having birthdays because a birthday isn't anything to celebrate. But I do like the idea of an annual party. Let's just figure out.
I love that.
I liked
like
it so much
that.
more because it'd be a reason to celebrate. Like, let's say hypothetically, you got this racist white dude. He said the N-word. Like, if we could keep stats, right? He said the N-word like 300 times last year, right?
Okay.
But then this year, he got it down to 60.
Oh.
Still bad.
Still bad.
But I want to
better.
acknowledge the growth.
But we like growth.
Like, I want to, because I think if I
Because it's not an overnight thing.
it's not. So that's my point. Progress is gradual. right? You're not all of a sudden racist and then not racist. You're just like slowly weaning yourself out of the conditioning of like, well, that's how I thought about it.
Yeah, it's like getting off a drug. You can't cut cold. It's hard to cut cold turkey.
So I go like, if you narrow down your inwards by 240, that's incredible,
Listen,
bro.
by next quarter, I expect 20% improvement, okay? By the end, we're going to get 75% less N-words.
I want to, as a black person, to go, hey, we are not happy, but we are encouraged.
Yeah.
Right? You're showing growth. Next year, let's get that down. Look, I'm rooting for 0, but if it's lower than 60, I'm still going to be like, okay, we're moving. You know what I mean? I'm looking for that. And so I just think the idea of like annual parties of showing growth.
Hell yeah.
Hey, man, I got like 16 more pronouns right this year, man. I'm like figuring it out. You know, like whatever the thing is, you know, like I figured out how to not condescend to my female coworkers a little better this year. I'm still doing it, but way less.
I learned how to process my emotions.
Took accountability.
Like,
whatever the thing is, right?
Because I could just hear the other side being like, these progressive hippie fucking emotional. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, I'm not doing this goddamn
snowflakes.
stupid pussy party. Like,
right. I just believe in like, maybe like the way to fight it is with love, not shame.
Yeah.
Right. And I just go like, look, man, I can accept that you're making a mistake. I don't have to be happy about that mistake, but I can like show you love for you showing improvement. Like you don't got to feel like a piece of garbage because you haven't got something right for so long. Now, granted, there's a spectrum on this. Like there are more, you're using the N-word. Like don't expect me like really be like rah in your corner. I'll be like, let's get that down to a 0 ASAP. Can we get there? But for certain things that like do need to show like, you know, a spectrum of growth, like they do need time. I think we're all attracted to the idea of effort. And like, as long as you're showing an effort, like I'll be attracted to you as a person, like on a human level, not like on a sexual level.
Effort is so sexy. Yep. It's so attractive.
But there's something about it where you're like, dog, you're making a, like, I appreciate that.
I
just appreciate that you're trying.
When people put effort into themselves, that's like the hottest thing, not even in just a relationship, in a friendship. I remember like a pivotal moment in a friendship was when I told my friend, next year, I want to improve on my communication. Like, I think every month I can improve on something. Yeah. And he was like, that's really negative, Emily. Like, you should be happy where you are. And I was like, why do you not set goals for your self-improvement? Why do you view that as a bad thing? Why are you content with staying where you are? Yeah. And that friendship didn't last because we had vastly different mindsets. He
was like, but I am perfectly the piece of shit that I want to be.
Yeah.
And I like it that way.
Some people don't have the self-awareness that they have to grow.
Sure.
It's more painful to grow and accept that you might have had something because there's like, we talk about shame on other people, like shaming people, but so many people are shaming themselves. And it's really hard to accept the fact that maybe you were really ignorant or you didn't know something in the past. So it's easier just to continue staying ignorant than face yourself for making those mistakes.
That's my whole sales pitch for why like we need to encourage the growth, right? So like even though you're not getting it right, I want to show you how much I appreciate you trying. I want to encourage you to keep trying. You'll eventually get there, right? Like, so like if that person is scared to grow because there's just hardships ahead with no reward, right? Like what is it? You just stop busting my balls. That's it. That's my whole reward. How about you go fuck yourself and I'll just keep being the person I am.
Yeah.
And I'll just close off my circles. Like there isn't incentive to become a good person.
You catch more honey.
Is not.
You notice that?
What is it? You catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar?
Flies with,
Flies with honey.
Yeah, but you're probably catching bees too. Let's be fair, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I do believe in that. This idea of like, we demand people be better and we incentivize them with nothing. Where is the motivation to a person who has shit to do? Like they still got a job, they still got a family. Like why are they going to prioritize this other human trait like that the rest of us value and we're not even like mostly in their lives?
I view this in dating
I'm just saying incentivize.
Yeah, I view this in dating too because if I'm like constantly trying to do the right thing and attack something at like in a healthy perspective, you know what I mean? Like approach everything in a healthy way that people deserve to have, but everyone operates in a toxic mindset. It's almost counterproductive to do the right thing because it's harder. It limits your dating pool and everything. You know what I mean? 100%. So sometimes like I could feel myself being like, if I was just toxic, this would be easier, but it wouldn't. That's a false like narrative you tell yourself.
A different part of it would be easier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm totally
so I think
with you.
I don't know.
You think I don't know how to fuck boy? Oh, I can fuck boy.
Oh, yeah?
You can fuck boy all day long.
To. Like, that's my point. You said what?
You can fuck boy all day long.
I mean,
let's hear your good fuck boy.
Now it's feeling weird
Pitch
the way
us.
you said it.
Pitch us.
No, pitch you fuck boy. I don't even know how to do that.
Do you want to do acting?
Oh.
It depends. It depends. So here's where I'm at with it: is comedic acting, while I'm willing to do it, doesn't seem as appealing to me. Dramatic acting does.
That does appeal to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Like I'm really into real situations. If you watch my comedy, like my stuff is based in realism, right? Like I think that's the hardest stuff to make funny. So it ends up having the bigger payoffs. Because when you get there, it like hits in a real way. Like you connect in a visceral way, right? And so the bulk of what I'm trying to like give you a scenario that does come up. That you're not going to be like, yeah, but that's a hypothetical. You're like, oh, that shit happens. But I never thought to handle it like that. I'm going to do that. Like I want to make people say that, oh, I'm going to do that. So the idea of watching, I mean, comedy and drama are like two sides of a different coin. Like they're really not that far apart. It's just where one goes up, one goes down. Like that really is just it. And it's so much more powerful to convey drama because when you hit a punchline within drama, it hits so much harder.
Yeah.
The movie It is outright a horror movie. Why is it fucking hilarious?
Because there's a clown.
The clown ain't the funny one. Well, to be fair, he has his moments. That's actually, let me take that back. But the kid from Stranger Things who plays Mike, I don't know what his name is in the movie. Everything that comes out that kid's mouth in that movie is a fucking bomb. They are so funny. He like everything. He doesn't get any regular lines. He's just haymakers the whole movie. But it's because like they have him say something right after the most intense moment of like suspense.
Yeah.
And it's such a relief and a release.
I love
There's
that.
a power to that. All my favorite horror movies incorporated comedy. My least favorite horror movies are just scary and suspenseful the whole time.
That's why I love Jordan Peele.
There's a tactic
because
there.
there's an element of comedy in his horror, which makes it all the more horrible.
Did you watch Nope?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember in Nope where they think they're seeing the alien in the barn?
Yeah.
And then it just
it's
turns out to be kids fucking with them?
Yeah. Oh my God, that
But
got
do you
me.
remember what that moment felt like? Where you're like, dog, what is that?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, I was like, bro, I wasn't expecting this early on in the movie.
So he gives you that, like, the fun ride of that suspense. He gives you a release, and then you get the excitement of, like, oh, shit, I haven't even met the real aliens yet. I'm still going to meet the real alien. Like, you had that whole, like, is this going to be it?
Like,
It's not even it.
And you're like, what are the real aliens going to look like if that's what the joke is?
He's creating more suspense, more anticipation. It's a tool.
He's so good.
It's so powerful.
good.
And no matter how you feel about the movie, we can all acknowledge that the sequence of that scene, we all felt that.
Yeah.
You know, I've met people who love the movie. I've met people who like or whatever on the movie. That scene, everybody's
And
like,
is that what
dude,
like
that scene was so
would you
powerful.
describe your comedy kind of like that? Like what you're trying to do with your
I do
comedy?
think that's part of why I do enjoy Jordan's work is I do see myself in it to a degree. He's got an obsession with horror movies that I don't have. Like I don't love horror movies.
Okay.
I find the plots to be pretty like soft. So I just go like, I think you're more focused on scaring me than telling me a good story. A good story would captivate me more than this jump scare.
I think the one
same.
with
You know
the
what I mean?
underground people had that story and like drew me in. It was less
Was that
horror.
Us?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And Get Out too. There was a storyline in it, you know?
You want to hear a crazy story? I had a girlfriend, white girlfriend, and we went to see Get Out. I broke up with her the next day.
No.
Swear to God. But it had nothing to do with it. But I didn't think about that when I had broken up with her. So she was all paranoid, like, was it the movie? Was it?
Oh,
'Cause I'm not
shit.
like, and I was like, oh, no. You're just bad.
Is it because my
No.
mom made us tea? Holy shit.
You don't. So did the movie give you perspective,
No,
or you had been
not
planning?
at all. The movie didn't open my eyes to anything. Like, my life is my life. I've dated interracially. I've dated within my race. Like, I've got tons of experiences to pull from. But it just hadn't occurred to me the correlation of like doing it the next day. Completely unrelated. The movie was something we couldn't have got out of. I had already been thinking about this for weeks.
I'd be like, am I a bad white
Sure,
person?
yeah,
Did I
yeah,
do
yeah.
something that I don't know? And he just
I'll never make you tea again. I'm sorry. Like
Literally, I offered to make you tea. He starts running out of here. He's
I'm
like,
just
fuck
what's that
no.
spoon for? But yeah, I really, it didn't occur to me. She's like, was it the movie? Like when that
That's
hit, I
so
was like,
funny.
oh no, because we're in a serious moment, but that was so funny.
Did you laugh?
No. I have a heart, but man,
I would have
in
laughed.
retrospect, it's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have laughed. That is funny.
I would have cried.
I would have like if I was in that situation, I would have laughed about it because
Sure.
that is funny.
Yeah,
like
I broke your spell.
Yeah. Like, goddamn it, the cookies didn't work.
Oh, wait, remember those like Valentine's cards that used to give in like middle school or elementary school that were like cheesy?
Yeah.
But now people start making them as adults and it's like related to movies. There have to be like Get Out Valentines.
Can you give me an example? Do you have one?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to
Like
picture
Shrek, like somebody could send a Valentine that would be like, I'd like to peel every layer of onion off you, baby. You know what I'm
okay.
saying? But they could
Yeah.
make it for like Get Out and have it be
it.
scary.
Yeah, I'll put the lotion in your basket.
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
I won't take you away from everything and bring you to my culty family.
How
We can
romantic.
skip
Oh.
Thanksgivings.
To,
Sure.
from. There's a lollipop attached to it. You're like,
Right.
should I eat this? I don't know.
This
Can't wait
feels
to
like a
take you.
trap.
Can't take it away. Wait. can't wait to take you home to Thanksgiving with either one.
That's funny.
With like a lollipop, and you're like, this sounds suspicious.
It's like P.S. my
I don't
dad-
love grammar, but I'm reading this weird. Yeah.
Oh, P.S. My dad voted for Barack Obama. Love, Emily.
Not even you voted for Barack Obama.
Right.
No, that was what happened in Get Out. The dad was
Oh.
like, I voted for Barack,
Right.
right? It was a reference, sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I didn't
One
get
of
it.
the
I
many
missed
things
it.
like white people will say to black people, be like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, it goes beyond that, but sure, thanks. Yeah. I
I
always
like
wanted
that.
to play Hot Ones for a first date.
Like with the wings?
Yeah.
I
And
would
it's great,
die.
but you're asking each other questions, and you got to like.
That's
And you see
question
them
ain't
under
harder
pressure.
than dealing with this wing. I know that. So it's just kind of like
Wait.
you're working your way through. I think it's
Hot
kind of a fun
Ones
thing.
should start a spin-off dating show that's a live podcast event where they have dating shows.
Cut this out the podcast. You're giving away money.
yeah. We do that a lot. Where we like come up with business ideas, and we're
yeah.
like, because we're high, and we're like, that was great. Cut it.
I almost didn't say this as a dating idea because I'm like, no, I want it to be my dating idea.
Oh, you take it. Yeah,
talk.
you thought of it.
It's not my brand. I don't even have the right to use it. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, will you christen us with the first card?
all right, let's get it. First card. Do we just random in the shuffle or just one
Whatever
on the
you're
top?
feeling.
All right, let's go. Animal testing should be banned.
Yes. Absolutely.
But we can test on Emily from time to time.
Depends on.
Yeah.
So here's where it's like testing across the board. That's the thing where I'm like, well,
Well, here's
What
the
do
thing.
we test on?
like, what are we testing on and what are we testing? I also, because here's my thing.
Is
It's
a
like,
cloned animal really an animal?
Okay, that's
so
where we're getting into
I
very
don't believe
ethical
so.
shit. Yes, it is. It's a real animal. It's just
If it has a
conceived
consciousness?
differently.
This is more what I'm saying. If you clone me and you kill my clone, I don't care.
Oh,
But
That's
the
what I'm
clone
saying.
cares.
The clone cares.
but that's a version of
I ain't
you.
the clone.
Well,
I'm me.
shit.
But more
I'm
like
me. I was
moral.
first. You ever been in line before?
You ever gone to Disneyland?
You know what I mean? I don't care if he's a clone. I paid for the tickets. I don't care if he's got the same name, same fingerprints. It was me.
Yeah.
You ever watched The Fifth Element?
No.
Wait, what is that? I feel
You
like I've
never
heard
seen
of
The
it.
Fifth Element?
No.
Oh, my age is showing. Dude, The Fifth Element was the peak Bruce Willis. This is
Oh,
heat
okay.
check movie to the fullest. It's so weird. It's this guy, aliens in the future. And
Wait, then I've seen this.
I love Bruce Willis.
Chris Tucker's in it.
If it's I don't know names, but if I
man.
saw it, if you show me a picture, I would know what you're talking
Well,
about.
he's
I
Corbin
saw
Dallas.
the
and
saddest thing. His wife did an interview because he was diagnosed with
dementia.
dementia
Yeah, he's got
recently,
dementia.
and she was like, I don't know if he's even aware.
Right.
And that was so sad.
That's super
That's
sad.
terrifying.
Yeah,
Because he's
it's super
portrayed
sad.
as this big, strong man on TV, and then like kicking ass
mean,
and
to
taking
you.
aliens' names.
He looks short to me, but all right.
well. I like short
You're
kings.
also like
okay.
what, 6?
I mean, I'm 6'3".
Three?
Like, not once did I go like, man, Bruce
He's a
Willis is
big
tall.
boy.
I was never like, I was like, man, they really think this little dude could do a lot. It's like when I watch Tom Cruise,
like
I think
Tom
the same
Cruise,
thing.
yeah.
I go like, okay, man, you kick my ass in jeans. Let's see how that works out for you. I don't know where these other dudes learning to fight.
A short man made that movie. In 100 years, there'll be people living on Mars.
Yeah. I would say 50.
No, I don't think so. What, on Mars or on like
On
a
Mars.
space station
I'm
above
thinking
Mars?
space station.
A space station, I believe. On the planet, I don't.
No.
Okay.
I just don't. I don't think that's tangible, and I don't think we're going to be able to sell anybody that there's a good reason to do it.
We would have to like terraform
it'd
the
be-
planet,
it'd have to be
right?
the end
yeah,
of the
we'd have
world.
to terraform the planet, which Elon Musk has talked about doing. Like
What's
a
terraforming
supervillain.
the planet?
They would have to make the air breathable for us
It's
and make
making
like
the
the
planet
oxygen
livable.
and nitrogen, all those levels sufficient for us to survive.
And then you don't even know if the like soil's survivable or you can plant shit.
This is
And
we made a whole movie about a guy who survived on it on his own, barely. Why are we going back? Why are we going back?
it's like we warned you what could happen.
Why do horror movies have sequels?
Because they keep happening.
They keep going back.
That white bitch keeps dying immediately, and you know what?
Right.
Such is life.
How many black people in a movie theater do you think have yelled at a sequel of a horror movie? Like, they're like, how many times do I gotta tell them? In like, because they're yelling at people in the same universe.
Yeah.
Don't go in. It's like they never listen.
My ex used to do that. We would just like yell back and forth. He'd be like, these people are so fucking stupid. I would never do that shit.
Don't you hate the movies where like the conflict could be resolved with one conversation?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're like, why are we going through all this?
Yeah, and I'm like, also, why'd the conversation end here? That's all you said? Y'all just said like 2 words and then like that's it? I'm like, what kind of people are you?
When I'm 7 and I'm going like, why don't you just explain yourself? Like when I've got that like emotional stability and like conscious, I'm like, this is a bad movie.
Yeah,
This is bad writing.
Yes, like this isn't how it would really go.
Exactly.
Or I'm like, these people are dumb and they're just, taught them their social skills?
Who's the parent who went, a dog can't play on the basketball team? I don't care if it's not in the rules. We're not allowing
Are
it.
you talking about Airbuds?
Yeah, of course. Airbud, it's singular. I don't know how many dogs you think there are.
I thought there were like 5 dogs.
There's 5 sequels.
There's
way more than that.
I just remember like the one where they were doing like the Iditarod or something.
What was it?
That's like the husky race, like that was based on the film or like the real life
Wait,
story.
so he did so many sports that he actually got all the way to animal sports?
Yeah.
That's
Who?
hilarious.
The Airbud sequels.
He's like, well, I've already dominated the human sports. Time to go compete with my own.
Yep.
It's hilarious.
Next is the elephants. We're coming for you, bitches.
Yeah, elephant soccer.
Oh.
I actually do want to watch that.
I
think
would
it would
watch
be cool.
that.
Yeah, it's cool. They do it in India.
Oh.
They do it?
It's a real thing. Yeah, check it out. It's really cool. They
Elephants
like
playing
ride
soccer?
elephants and the elephants
Wait.
play soccer. They have a soccer ball and goals, and they're
I was-
riding elephants around playing a soccer game.
I was picturing this completely differently.
What were
I
you
thought
thinking?
just the elephants were playing.
No,
They're humans?
I would have to look back at this. I'm pretty sure humans are riding them. I'm pretty sure. So it's almost like polo. You know what I mean?
This is crazy. I need to YouTube this.
Yeah. Elephant soccer. It's a total thing. I think it's awesome.
Sign me up.
I think it's awesome. And to be fair, like if we're talking about like mistreatment of elephants, I don't think an elephant's noticing a human on its back. It's so strong. It's like, yeah, I mean, whatever. That weighs less than a backpack weighs to us.
Yeah.
You're like,
They're like,
whatever,
did a
dude.
bird land on me?
Like they're fine, man.
It's like a cat's pissed off when they hit you. Like they're not going to not tell you they're pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like an elephant would just get you the fuck off its back if it didn't want you on its back.
At no point is that elephant taking it. It's
So
allowing
elephants
it.
are tops.
Like I believe
Is what you're saying.
They're not
1000%.
bottoms. Even though you're like on top of them, they're still the top.
Like
They bottom from the top.
yeah.
Top
They're
from the bottom.
They're like hitting it from underneath. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
That
that's
just
how.
confused me all the time about bottoms and tops, like because I didn't understand. But I'm like, but you can fuck from both positions. Like I never understood like which one meant who.
Yeah. What does it mean?
Top is more
If
like
you're a top, you're
dominant.
doing the fucking. If
And
you're a
bottom is
you're
more
the
submissive.
Yeah.
But you could also be getting fucked and still be a top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That all you got? Yeah, get in there. That all you got? Pussy boy.
I hope that's not how the women are talking to you.
No, that's a top bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
you sound like you're speaking from experience there.
No. I'm just imagining what I'm terrified it is.
So you wouldn't.
He was like, I would not want to be in this scenario.
Here's what I wouldn't want it to be. Come on, boy, get in there. You call that a pump?
Oh no.
That's just your dad wound.
Oh no,
Like-
come on, no. Let's not get my dad in here. My dad's such a good man.
Oh, he's a good man.
You know what I was thinking about with the elephant wrestling? Wrestling.
We've moved on to elephant porn.
No, I was thinking about the idea of like, so human riders on elephants and like how the riders are like, the elephants don't care. Like they're not like I can't really speak for them, but in my head, I'm like, they're not affected. They're just like, whatever, dude. I think when humans are swimming in the ocean, the only reason we're not getting eaten is because we look like make-a-wishes to the fish.
We look like cancer kids.
Oh, look at them try. Let them have it. Just let them have it.
they're
we
struggling
like
so
we
bad.
say we can swim, but
No.
how we swim probably looks so goofy to
That's
things that
so
swim.
true.
They're like, oh my God, just let them have it. Jesus.
So we're the short bus
bad for
kids
them. Yeah.
of the ocean.
Of the ocean? You better believe it.
We're the short
yeah.
bus kids of the planet,
Yo,
honestly.
we're Gilbert Grape to every fish in the ocean.
The shark is like, run, Forrest, run.
Yeah.
He's doing his best.
Swim, Forrest,
Yeah.
swim.
I think that's who we are to them.
I like that.
I love that.
And that's why every shark that bites a human, the other sharks are like, "Are you, dude? What a piece
Dude,
of
that
shit
was
you are!
Bob.
We don't even eat don't know, man. I just didn't like the face that one made.
Yeah,
man.
he pissed me off.
I'm just picturing a bunch of
He
sharks.
slapped his arm in a racist way.
Yeah, you know the deal. Oh, so I'm just supposed to let him do that? Oh, okay, but if I don't do that, then I'm a pussy. Like, what was I supposed to do, man?
It's like a dude comes up to a shark and is like, bitch, what?
Right.
Like, just in the ocean, the shark's like, I had no choice. Like, he threatened me.
I had to do it. You saw him. Yo, I had to swim my ground. Man.
It's just
told me he
like
had
a
a
kid,
black
like wading in the water, having a great time.
Yeah.
Fuck that kid.
Yeah,
Fuck Timmy. It's always Timmy.
It's always Timmy.
Yeah, if we had a kid named Timmy, he'd be done. The next topic: butts are better than boobs.
Yeah.
Are those my only choices?
Yeah,
Because I used to debate this. No, seriously.
like yes or like.
This was my argument. I always go like, all right, so as women, what do you assume guys like the most? Butts or boobs?
This generation
Jiggly
ass.
things.
Yeah. Yeah. So I used to talk about this on stage, and I go like, what do y'all think, ladies? Butts or boobs? Every woman's like ass, right? I said, let's find out. Fellas, what is it? No one sleeps face to ass. What are we talking about? Like, no one's saying asses aren't great. You got to see a face all the time.
That's true.
So what does the ass matter?
If they have a really pretty face.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't marry the ass. Let me put it this way. If there was, let's say my spouse died, right? My wife died, and there was an open casket funeral. They're not going to open up the bottom half of the coffin.
They put her
and
ass
turn her
out.
over on her stomach.
They arch her back.
Right?
And they're like, that's how we want to remember.
Right? Like in
That was the best part of Elaine.
You know, I just go, that's my baby. There she is.
She always knew her
Exactly
angles.
how I remember. Right? It's faces, man.
Um,
That being said, the answer's ass.
Yeah, I love a good.
Okay.
I
I
love a
don't
good.
trust the person who doesn't appreciate a good ass.
Me either.
Me too.
What are your motives?
on men and women, I appreciate it.
There's nothing I love more than just like a handful of a good ass. You know?
What
it.
constitutes a
A
good ass
cold
for
winter's
a man? 'Cause
day.
I've never understood.
I just like it meaty.
I like it a little jiggle.
I like it a little hard, but a little
For
jiggle.
what?
I like showing that for men. I like seeing that men put effort into their legs and leg day. It shows they're
You
well-rounded.
think men are consciously working on their ass?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a byproduct of other shit. We're just
Well,
like,
so-
I got that back there? Like,
Yeah, but if it's a byproduct of other shit, it's because they are playing a sport that's like utilized, like they're activating their glutes a lot, or they're
I want
lifting.
to dunk. I wasn't like,
But
yo,
there's-
let me get these buns.
But
You
there's a
never
lot of
think,
guys
hey, I
who
want a
just-
dumpy. You've never thought, hey, I wish I had a fatter ass.
Yeah.
No, it never crossed my mind a
Never?
single
I've looked
time.
at so
and there's
many
no
men.
judgment in this.
I've looked at so
I'm
many
not
men
judging.
being like, wish they had a fatter ass.
Yeah, me too, bro.
I always assumed gay men would think that, but straight men aren't like, man, if I had a dump truck back there,
I would
boy,
watch
do you know
guys
how
do-
much I'd be. Man, you see this thing?
He keep that thing on him.
Have you ever done hip thrusts at the gym?
No.
I love seeing a man who does hip thrusts. 'cause
too.
He's working on building his ass.
But
I've
only because
always
my
said-
girl was never going to the gym.
I like a man.
She in there, I'll
Oh.
hip thrust all I want. No, but
Oh. I like a man who looks like he eats his vegetables. And by that, I mean he's got thick thighs and an ass that don't quit.
okay. I don't even know what
She's pitching herself
what
right
is
now.
an ass that don't quit.
An ass that don't quit?
Yeah. I love this ass like
I've
turning in a
seen-
resume. Well,
That thing just don't
thinking
quit.
I don't quit. And I think that's the kind of worker you need on this
You
job.
haven't seen a
I don't know why
girl's
it's got a country
booty?
accent.
You haven't seen a girl's booty and you're like,
I've seen a
That's it,
girl's ass
folks.
that was so big that I was like, if she was a virgin and we did it doggy style, she might still be a virgin. Like that's a big ass. Like
we
that's,
have a
I've seen
friend with
that.
an ass like that.
I'm just
and-
like, how can I reach? You want to hear a real? Okay, this is here's a theory I got. I can't prove.
Okay.
And nobody, I don't care what anybody says, nobody can disprove me.
Okay.
Right?
lay it on us.
Do you believe in evolution?
Yes.
So do I. I believe in evolution.
Nope,
right?
and the earth is flat. I'm
Okay.
just kidding.
Maybe that's how the earth evolved. Maybe it was flat and was like, I better get round quick or shit's over. Right? I'm joking. But, so here's my pitch on
That's how I
evolution.
feel about my ass.
Stereotypically,
Uh-huh.
whose asses are the fattest? Who's got the biggest asses?
Like black women and Hispanic women?
Stereotypically, black women and Spanish women.
Yeah.
Stereotypically, who has the longest dicks?
Black men. I've seen so many big white dicks though, where I'm like,
I'm not saying they don't exist.
yeah.
I'm
Are you
saying
saying they're an
evolution
anomaly?
works in weird ways. So I'm saying
Oh, because you have bigger dicks because
If-
you have to get into the butt.
you gotta fit past the butt.
You gotta
That's
fit
what-
past the
yeah,
ass.
absolutely.
So the dick elongated over time
Yep.
because it understood the obstacles it had to overcome
Literally.
and work through.
And that's like, wow.
I don't think that I'm right,
I
but
think
I
you're
don't know
right.
that I'm wrong.
I feel like I thought that before.
I think it makes
Because
way
I
more
always
sense
like
than
try
it's
to think
supposed
of
to.
All
understanding.
right, move around, Darwin. We got a new man on the scene.
Yo, JB Ball's in the crib, and I'm only talking dicks.
And big booties.
Amen, brother. All right, new hot take.
What do you got?
The moon landing was fake.
Oh,
You know what I love about that is it's not hard to imagine that it was.
I know.
I just like to believe that it's real.
Me too.
That's what team I'm on.
I need
I'm
hope.
on team I want to believe it's real.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's real. I want to believe Maya would like me.
I'm a little delulu,
You know?
so I like my reality to reflect my reality.
Yeah,
it doesn't
I'll-
have to affect, show actual reality.
Sure.
You know?
Love delusion.
There's a part of me that goes like, my life isn't better for it being fake.
Yeah.
So I'm going to believe it's real.
Like Santa
I just
Claus.
want to think we've been up there. Hell yeah, we've been up there. We do shit like that.
Yeah.
Because also believing in innovation helps you believe innovation's possible.
We have a president on our hand, and he's
Wow.
running in 2024. JB Ball for president.
I'm replacing Kanye after his.
What's your slogan? What platform are you running on?
Oh, wow. If I could run on one thing,
One thing.
one thing only.
Yes. May the ass get fatter and the stomach get flatter. JB Ball, 2024.
And may all white women suck us dry.
My platform would be, bitch, you ain't as tough as you think you is.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
and is
I
is spelled
am.
with a Z in it.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think a lot of people are like falsely tough. And I go like, you don't even know what real toughness is.
Oh.
You're not
because you could
gangsta.
beat this guy up? You think you're tough? Fuck you. Drink your own piss. Show me you're willing to survive.
That's the kind of
Bitch, you ain't
president
tough.
we need.
You ain't willing to do what it takes.
Are
You ain't
you?
willing to make the decisions.
Have you drank your own piss,
No. I ain't tough either. I'm just telling you, you ain't. And I recognize my own. You can't handle it.
You
So
can't
shut
handle the
fuck
truth.
up. We need to listen to the motherfuckers that do. That's what I do as a president. I listen.
You listen to the
I
piss
listen.
drinkers.
Too many presidents talk. I listen. That's what I'm doing. What do you got to say? Time for you to shut up. What do you got to say? We should listen to that guy. That guy's got some. Hey, that was. You heard them stats? Those weren't even sweat. The facts and stats. I'd love to see Neill deGrasse Tyson be president.
That
Me
would be
too.
great.
I would love that.
That'd be
You know
great.
why? Everything he's ever said, I go, oh, that's fair.
You're like, no.
Nothing's ever got me excited. Everything's me. Oh, that's fair.
He just sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, he knows more than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I trust. That's a man I can trust.
Sure.
I hope he has no
like-
scandals.
I wish he was a family member so bad.
I would fuck the shit out of
Like, you
him.
know how, like, John Stewart would be, like, the coolest uncle? I don't know
would
why you're fucking Neil
officiate.
deGrasse Tyson, but all right, that's a bit... It's just the way you
She's
talk
like, I'm
about the
trying
stars.
to see God.
I want to see the earth, the moon, and the stars.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's the only other person I know who's played
He
God
can
in
expand
something.
my universe.
Hey.
He played God on a Logic album.
I'll give him my black hole.
I really... I wonder, like, how far he takes his dirty talk with it. He's like, oh, it's so dense.
The atoms are all
Oh
moving.
my God, no light. There's no light in this
Shorty,
thing.
are those atoms vibrating or is that just my dick getting hard?
Ooh,
That's a
it's
good
bold.
Oh, it's time for my magical school
He's like,
buster.
I'm gonna eat your pussy and show you quantum physics. I'm
Oh!
gonna take you to a whole new dimension, baby.
They call it Schrodinger's dick because you don't know if it's in or out.
Okay.
It's like, welcome to the chocolate Milky Way galaxy.
That's your stripper slogan.
Oh, that's a good one.
Slogan. I wear it on a what are
A
those?
sash.
A sash.
He is the prom king.
I'm doing what I can. Give it up for the one musketeer.
You want to pull a card?
Oh yeah, let's
Pick
do
a
it. My
card,
bad,
any
my bad.
card.
That was,
I'm still
that,
thinking
that
about
was
that.
good.
My bad,
That
yeah.
was
That was great.
there were some clips in there.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. All right, next hot take. Ketchup is better than any other condiment. Not
That's
even close.
wrong.
Not
Go
even
fuck
close.
yourself. That's not even close to
A
right.
loser made these
You ever had
cards.
hot sauce?
This is a fucking white person.
Crystal, 79 cents for the small bottle.
Honey mustard?
Dude, honey mustard is that. Yeah, I'm messing with. By the way,
barbecue?
I think honey mustard. Okay, let's have this debate.
Okay, let's do it.
I think barbecue is the flavor for the youth. Honey mustard is the flavor of evolution.
Agreed.
Honey mustard gets better the older you
Yes.
get.
Yes.
As a kid, it's a weird flavor.
Barbecue, I'm like,
is
it's
the safe space.
Yes.
That's what I think.
And I think honey barbecue is like the gateway.
Sure, yeah. I think I can listen to that. So
Okay.
that when I'm with somebody and they're getting like chicken nuggets and they get barbecue sauce, I go, grow up. Grow up.
You're like, I can't go on a second date. This bitch ordered barbecue sauce, and that's
Do
unacceptable.
you even pay your taxes?
Yeah.
what
How
do
are you
you-
going to raise my children when you are a child?
How do
Amen.
our votes count the same? You're still eating barbecue?
Here's what you got to do. You got to get the barbecue, the honey mustard,
And the ketchup.
the Chick-fil-A sauce,
And the Polynesian.
do all of it.
So that's the groaners because now you've got a smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Now you're doing a tasting.
Now I'm doing a charcuterie board.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing working.
Bro, that's the ultimate. It's like wine tasting, but for the chicken nugget lover.
It's the classiest McDonald's can
That's
get.
what I'm having at my wedding. Okay? I'm having a chicken nugget station with all the condiments
I
and
love that.
sauces.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm with that.
I'm with
And
that.
then there's gonna be one asshole like, y'all don't got any ketchup? You're like,
Fuck
this
you,
motherfucker.
Kevin. You don't
Who
know good
invited Jeremy?
Fucking Jeremy, bro. It's
Always
always a
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Always a Jeremy.
Sons of bitches.
Jinx.
I've known 2 Jeremys in my life.
And they
one,
both
one
suck.
was a kid. Who
Yeah, that fucking asshole.
We'd have sleepovers at his house. I'd always have an asthma attack.
thought you were saying
Vacuum
something
your
else there.
goddamn rooms, Jeremy.
Oh, that's the worst.
And then the other Jeremy I knew, I played with in college. He was the biggest piece of shit on the team. He's the only guy I don't miss.
Was he hot?
No.
Oh. Well, there's his redeeming
She's
quality.
like-
Tried to
clause.
hit me up on Instagram a while back, and he was like, "Hey man, I just want to let you know I'm proud of what you're doing." And I'm like, "Fuck you, Jeremy!
Okay, I have a point to make.
You were mean to me for 4 years. Now you're proud of me? Go fuck yourself."
We talked about this on another podcast, but
Yeah.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I don't like when people who were in my past who like weren't there for me or like stayed as bystanders now see me doing something and they're like commenting like, so proud of you, always knew you could do it. And it's like, no, you didn't. You just said that for your fucking self so you feel better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck those people.
I do that for celebrities I never met.
You just message them?
No, yeah, I just go.
You comment.
I always believed you could do this. I knew this was in you the whole time. All right, don't.
I
forget
saw
me.
that potential in you.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
on like Dwayne The Rock Johnson's
Yeah, but it's on like
profile.
when their sex tape leaked.
I'm so proud of you, baby. You're doing so good.
Yeah, remember what I always
I knew we
told you,
put
man.
a
Don't
thumb in her
forget that.
ass.
Yeah.
Okay, men should not wear skinny jeans.
Agreed. Yep. Are you wearing skinny jeans?
He's wearing joggers.
No, yeah, I
Okay.
wear joggers, but
I like
so here's
joggers.
the thing. Like, I was on team no skinny jeans forever, but I grew up in that hip hop era of baggy clothes. So like that was my norm. So then that transition to skinny jeans, it took me
I
forever.
grew up
to-
in jorts.
Oh my God, me too.
Okay.
Me too.
Trashy. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm also not judging. Like I used to have
a trashy area.
my baggy jeans were so big, my basketball coach laughed at me in the locker room. Like
As
when
he
I was getting
should.
dressed up, they were so big I could jump in them.
What are those
I'm
pants
talking
that are
like-
called that are like this
The
wide?
Jankos.
Look.
Jankos.
I'm probably a 34 waist, 36 tops. All right. These jeans were like a 48. There's a picture of me in college. I could probably find
Was
it.
your ass always out?
No, I was never a sagger.
How did they stay up?
I would just do a belt super tight and they would just like crump like up on themselves.
No.
But like baggy clothes were in. So you gotta
Yeah.
understand, I had a tall tee that was covering up all the crinkles. They just looked like white ass jeans on the legs.
But
Like,
if somebody
you can see
hugs
the crinkles around the
it
crotch.
feels like you have an ostomy bag on. You're like, are you shitting right now?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I remember thinking about this. I remember in my freshman year of college, people were making fun of me because I still had that same pair of jeans. Like you keep jeans forever, right? I had that same pair, and this girl in our dorm literally jumped in them with me. So there's a picture of her standing in my jeans with me, and there's still room. Like, and they were big.
Oh my god!
And keep in mind, like I'm
Where do
like,
you even buy those?
I weigh like 220 now, right? Like when I got to college, I was like 165. So
No.
understand like how
You were tiny.
skinny of a kid was in these big ass jeans.
Oh man,
That was, yeah. And I
He's
was
like,
trying
"But
to
I had
date
style."
like that. I was trying to date. I'm like, you see this, girl? You see this matching fitted half of this team that I don't support, girl? What? I can't. You ever look back at old pictures of yourself and go, how did I ever get laid?
Yes.
What kind of person sleeps with that person?
Yep.
Like, I will judge past relationships for what they saw in me.
But then I look at them and I judge myself for what I saw in them.
No, because I looked bad.
I'm like, this makes sense.
I didn't know how to get good haircuts yet. Like, I looked rough.
A haircut can change somebody so much. Like, I could see a guy. There's a guy in the scene here, and like aesthetically, his face is very attractive. Like, he's very handsome, but the hair and the outfit going on, you can't see him that way. You know what I'm saying? And we're like, if we could just give you a different outfit and a haircut, and like trim your beard a little, you would be getting so much pussy.
Facts.
And you get none right now.
Facts.
We could help you get pussy.
You ever seen a dog with a great haircut?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to see them. So I wanted to see them groom other animals. That's always where I'm at with it, right? Where I go like, why aren't we like, gorillas all look the same. Give a gorilla, come on, give a gorilla a fade, and taper the back and faux hawk him on top.
Can I get a number 3 for my gorilla?
Like, I want to see that.
Toy person, you can't say that.
Every orangutan looks like an older man who's balding just on the crown. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Like, orangutans are always balding on the crown. So then when I see their posture and I just see someone, like, I think of your boy from Up. When I see an orangutan's posture, he's not balding on top, but if he was, I'd be like, this orangutan ass motherfucker. Like, they have the same posture.
This?
Yeah. It's that
the
hunched
old
over,
man.
Oh, I love the old man.
They do.
he's great.
Orangutans look like old people.
They look like old people.
And you just want to love them.
They're the ginger ones, right?
Yeah.
They're cute.
I love that that's how you know them.
The ginger ones.
Yeah, the ginger ones.
You're like, they're
all
my
the traits
people.
they have. Yeah, that's so funny.
I'd rather marry a hot person with a mediocre personality than an unattractive person with an amazing personality.
Facts.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Easy.
because that's about sex life. I got friends.
I'd rather go
The
for
unattractive
personality.
person with the dope personality is a friend.
Is a friend?
Oh.
That's what a friend is.
Okay.
So you want
I
the
am
hot
not
person?
attracted to my friends. They've got dope ass personalities. You just said would I rather marry someone who I find sexually attractive or not? But this is a great idea having the hot takes. It's like because comics are just people that we want to have takes on shit.
Well, yeah, we
But
just
I don't always have the topic. But you give me the topic, I'm like, well, let's talk. Hell yeah, let's get into blah blah blah.
That's
blah,
why we
blah.
do that, because we're high all the time. So sometimes we're like, fuck, what should we talk about?
Sure.
And if we have games that do it for us, then
You know what could help as a getting ahead of it is take these cards, brainstorm what other questions they help you lead to, and make a spreadsheet of those questions.
That's very true.
Yeah, so when the cards are out, you still got the spreadsheet of questions. So you just prolong it.
That's like a 3-hour job on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh,
just go through it.
Yeah, whenever you're good for it, right? But just like you're just setting yourself up for future episodes when you're like,
no, that's
you're
very
just good,
smart.
You know, I'm always looking like, how do you maximize what you can get out of something?
Wait, so we just got high. You're not smoking.
Yeah.
But you had a high thought earlier, and I was hoping you could elaborate on it because I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I think when I look at the sky and I see a hole through the clouds and a ray of light is shining through that hole, I just think, oh, that must be God's butthole. Like,
Okay.
I don't
and
know
it's a
that
happy
it's
place.
It
Yeah.
looks like a
It
happy
looks
place.
like a great place. I'd like
I
to
would
be
think,
there.
listen, I don't know what God's butthole would be like, but if ever there was a ray of sunlight coming out of someone's butthole, wouldn't it be him?
That's very
If
true.
ever anyone, if it were possible, wouldn't he be the guy?
Do you
or
ever
the
see-
entity? I don't want to put a gender to him.
Of course. You wouldn't want to assume.
Yeah.
No, but you ever see a bunch of those
2023.
holes?
I also think God should be a gender.
God is a gender?
Yeah, I just think not for us to have, but just the idea if you're God, I don't think you got to pick a side.
You're just everything at once.
You're omnipotent. You're everything.
Yeah.
Man.
But
you're all of it.
In
Yeah.
that case, he still has a butthole.
Buttholes are universal.
Yeah, everyone has a butthole.
Everybody poops.
Even God.
Even God
Except for
poops.
Elvis.
And that's what
But
happens when
everybody
it
outside
starts
of that.
hailing. He's like, oh shit, I should not have ate that last night.
God had the milk straight from the cow.
Yeah, he's
funny.
lactose intolerant.
Aren't we all?
Just love
That's
the-
also universal.
Yeah, what weather pattern is the sign of oh, God had Chipotle today? Yeah.
I would think it's when it starts it's sunny and then all of a sudden a storm comes out of nowhere and there's thunder and lightning and it rains really hard, but then it goes away and then all of a sudden 20 minutes later it rains really hard and then it's boom 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 and a bunch of noises, then it goes away.
Yeah.
And you're like, when is it gonna end?
So is a volcano erupting Mother Earth having diarrhea?
I think that's an orgasm.
But it's burning.
Sometimes orgasms burn.
She needs to get tested, man. I don't know about that. Mother Earth's
sometimes
she been out here not wrapping
know when
it
you
up.
go-
it's your
Super
whole body
hot.
gets hot. That's good.
Yeah.
And you just flush throughout, and then you just like
Right,
explode.
but the volcano's the exit hole. Why is that burning?
She's a squirter.
Whole body, like, look, the Earth's core is hot.
She has a bladder
I'm
infection.
with you. You feel the heat rush, but like if it comes out burning, hey man, I'm just saying a doctor visit couldn't hurt. So I'm just throwing it out there. Just maybe talk to a physician.
Yeah, well, I mean, with all the pollution and everything, it makes sense. Mother Earth.
Yeah, there's Mother Earth, but
needs a doctor.
Yeah, but where's Doctor Planet? Like,
I
where's
don't
like
know.
which one is he?
Those are the aliens coming in to
Go
save.
talk to Uranus. They should know.
Ah.
Get it? Oh, okay. All right. I couldn't think of another one quick enough.
Thank you for your high thought. That was appreciated.
Thank you. It's nice to not be judged for
Never.
contemplating
This is a
God's
safe
butthole.
space.
Yeah.
I was just on a road trip and I'm like, God's butt.
Ah,
Lick it.
nice.
I'd put my tongue in that.
Got
You're like,
them
he winked
cloudy
at me.
cheeks. Yeah.
Ooh, I feel like it's my duty
To clap.
eat God's ass. Like I would have to, if he was like, eat my ass, I'd have to be like, yes.
Yeah.
How could you say
I
no?
I saw a flame. I saw a plane fly through
God's
a
butthole.
hole in the cloud. I was like, ooh, that had to hurt. like I remember saying it to myself. I'm like, no one has any idea what I'm
But
talking
if
about.
God is God, he made the plane go in it, so he was trying to feel something.
Yeah.
right.
And he self-lubricated with rain
Yeah.
during it.
And it's not like I saw the hole expand
Exactly.
as it went through, right?
sucked it in.
He might not have even felt that.
God likes to keep it tight.
You know what I mean? Keep it tight. Keep
Keep it right. Keep it tight. Yeah. That's
I love
God
that.
right there.
God made that song.
Okay.
Oh, women are kinder than men.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
Until you've been scorned.
Hell hath no
Until
fury.
you cheat on us and we just put you in your place.
Well, you know what? Actually, I take that back. Well, you said women, not girls.
Women.
Right, because I think girls are cattier at an
Oh.
early age.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I think that. So I think at first boys are nicer, but women boys are nicer, but women are nicer.
See,
is what
I
I'm
always
trying to
felt
say.
like people in like middle school thought that the boys were nicer, and then I started realizing the boys are actually just taking in all the catty girls' information, and then they're like telling another girl what the other one said, so they're planting all the seeds. So they're really like the master manipulators of getting all these people to hate each other.
Men
No,
are
I
instigators.
just think where you grew up is fucked up.
It is.
Yeah, I just think it's just that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was watching
Take
Jersey.
me away from this.
I was watching Jersey Shore the other day. And
Yeah.
Mike the Situation loved to be a shit stirrer and just tell people their drama so he could watch, sit back and eat popcorn and
Yeah.
watch the
And
shit
I
unfold.
think that's worse than just like a catty girl being like, fuck you, you know?
Did you ever see the movie Galaxy Quest?
no.
You know what I'm talking about? So, all right, the plot is brilliant. Like, I think this movie it does not get enough credit. Anyone who's seen it, when you bring up Galaxy Quest, they're like, oh shit, do you like Galaxy Quest? Like, it's one of those.
Okay.
So the plot is there is this crew of actors who played on the show that was the equivalent of Star Trek. And now they do all these conventions. This is later on in their lives. This alien species found the frequency that the TV show is playing on, but they think it's historical documents. They think this really happened, and these are the historical documents reporting the
What's
experience
happening.
of this command team.
Oh.
So they show up with perfect replications of everything they had on the show, from like the ship to how it flies to how the gadgets, how they work. They've actually figured out the sciences of all these things, and they are enlisting these actors to come help them deal with a real alien problem. And it's these actors trying to figure out how to do it based on like what they were acting on the show.
That's
It's so
awesome.
good.
That's so good.
It's such a fun premise.
Have you guys
right?
seen 30 Rock from the Sun?
Yeah. It's the aliens living in the.
Yeah,
it's a
that was
sitcom
like
of the
a-
aliens. Bring that up is like, I like thinking some alien species is going to see Jersey Shore and be like, this is what humans were.
Yes.
Like, they're going to look at this little finite, like small ass area, look at these people and go like, the human race.
That's the perfect example.
We don't know how the
of
black
us.
ones got made, but mostly they were just these Jersey Shore people.
Oh my God.
Imagine if the aliens came in and populated, so it was just pockets of Jersey Shore people like across the world
Yeah.
trying to fit in.
Yeah.
That would be fucking
Like, that's how
hilarious.
they're trying to like
the
blend.
hair, and they're
Yeah.
just fist bumping. And then, like in situations that don't make
They're
sense.
in like the Vatican. They're like, pump it
They're in
up.
like a
Let's
Mayan
go.
temple, and they're like, "What are you doing?"
That would be so good.
Have you ever heard the question?
That's a Rick and
It's
Morty
a school
episode.
shooting,
for sure,
and they're
right?
just
Yeah.
like this.
You're like, am I blending? Comforted if aliens came to this planet and they looked just like you and they said there's actually a whole planet of you look like us, you were just trapped here, would you feel encouraged to leave this planet that you know and go experience that planet?
Yes.
Or would you just want to stay?
Pro me. I don't care what I have to do. Get me off this goddamn planet.
Yeah.
And I
Knowing nothing else.
Yeah.
I'd be
All
like,
you
I'm
know
here
is
for
that
an
you look
adventure.
like them.
Yeah, but
That was enough.
I'd be the person who got to experience that adventure. Like
You're not going to report it.
You know what?
it doesn't matter. I lived it.
I would be the first
All right.
person to have a 30-person orgy with myself. And how fucking sick would that be? That'd be in the fucking history
I think
books.
you meant sick in a good way, and I'm not taking it that way at all. Sick,
Well,
you're
you're-
just eating your own pussy 30
I'd
times?
be down for that. I know what I like.
It's okay.
I
all
could
right.
please that girl
But-
right good.
But it's okay.
What
you know
if
what
you
you like,
didn't
but do you
like
think
your
you're
own
capable
pussy?
of delivering it? Those are two different things.
True.
I know the
What
kind
if
of
you
blowjob
didn't?
I like.
What if I don't
I
eat
can't do
pussy
it.
well?
Say what?
What if I don't eat pussy well?
And you're just like, this is miserable.
Well, do you like having your pussy ate?
Yeah.
Then you're breaking up with you.
Damn.
I mean, isn't that true, right? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't take my blowjob.
Would you hate yourself if you
I want a
got
nigga
to
that wants to be
experience
here.
it?
Don't you want them to want to go down on you?
Yeah.
Well, then I
Of
wouldn't
course.
work for me.
But
That's
here,
the point I'm
what
making.
Facts. I'm like, I'm too lazy for myself. I'm like, I hope it is somebody else.
Like, you know your worst traits. You're like, oh my God, she doesn't even try.
Oh,
I know.
this fucking bitch.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wear nails. Like
Oh.
this would be hard. All right.
Wait, so you're saying that that's all men got to do to get out of it?
What?
Get
All I gotta go
acrylics.
do is get some nails done, and then I'm like, I don't gotta be. Oh, dude, cheat codes. This is
Yeah,
why you
good
gotta
luck playing
This is
basketball
why
with
you gotta,
nails.
you gotta talk to different people. You gotta learn. This is. I never would have got there.
Guys don't like fingering.
It.
I've touched a butthole with nails though,
I think.
but it's like a special. You have to like angle it right, or it's game over.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah,
for sure. I think. I don't want to speak for other men. That's the thing. I don't know where guys are at on fingering. I know it feels middle schooly to me.
I love it.
Oh, I
but that's,
love
I don't,
it.
I don't
Well,
deny that you get the pleasure out of it, right? I just go like, I feel like I'm in middle school.
Okay, but
I'm
don't we
not
want to
unwilling.
prolong how childlike we are and how
You
like
know, I-
you know what I'm
I'm not
saying?
really trying to tap into
But that
childhood that,
childlike
way.
joy.
Don't you remember the monkey bars and tag
Bro,
and
I love the monkey bars.
fingering another minor? Don't you remember those things?
Wasn't that so fun?
Wasn't that fun? I don't think I fingered before I did other stuff. Like, I actually don't think I fingered first.
You went straight to the
I think
fucking?
finger was latering, yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Finger was latering is what I said. I think fingering was later.
I think no. No, because I was like, oh, these are the bases. And for me to be like accepted by God or like to be deemed valuable, I have to do it right and like take it slow. And each way is the way to do it. I couldn't just jump right to it because I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
You
See,
know?
I grew up a sports fan, right? And there's always that analogy, like you talked about it, of just like first base, second base, third base, home, like that kind of concept.
Yeah.
And sure, you got to run in order, but no one told you had to hit singles.
What
You
does that
understand what
mean?
I'm saying? So a single is if I hit the ball and then I get to first base, that's just because I couldn't get further. That's a single. Why are we hitting triples? Aim for triples. Hit home runs.
Yeah,
grand
because sometimes
slams.
they don't stop running. They go past the plate, they keep going,
Yeah.
and they never come back.
Right. Well, that's foul ball.
We get to
All right,
keep
that's-
them around. It's a longer game if you know you're going from base to base.
Why are we?
Why do we need extreme
one of the
satisfaction?
biggest criticisms with baseball is that the game takes too long.
Oh,
I just
that
want
is
y'all to know
true.
that.
You know,
That
and
is
And
that's-
now they have put a clock on the game to speed it up.
Who
and
came
you know
up
what?
with that? Men.
Everyone loves it. Like,
I actually
I'm not
put-
joking. That's a real thing this year.
Wait, really?
They have sped up baseball, and everyone's loving it.
That's because we have no attention spans.
So that's a great thing towards that baseball analogy of just like, you know. No.
What do you mean? Like stop them?
Like how
like
long are they
I
coming?
give you 5 minutes.
Oh, like beat the clock?
Yeah, you have to beat the
So
clock.
I think beat the clock is fun when you're consciously having a quickie.
Yes.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
For
but
sure.
It's like the point is like you're both trying to come.
Yes.
You're just both hyper focused. Like let's get there.
We gotta
Like,
get
you're,
this
like,
done.
like, let's both come fast. And on the count of 3, we're going to come together.
Coming together just ain't. That's not the move.
You don't like coming together?
It's not that I don't like it. It's too difficult.
No.
No,
too
once you
difficult.
time it, it's great.
It's great. They're like, I'm about to be there. Let me grab my magic. They are about to be there, so I grab my magic wand. I can come very quickly.
Okay,
so
then I'm gonna need you to come when I'm coming because I can't do it the other way around. Is what I'm saying.
yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
it's
Yeah.
a timed like once it's like button's been pushed, it's been initiated. But it's
Okay.
not like
You can't stop it.
You hit the eject button.
and there it is. It's just not like that.
Just
Yeah.
you get the thought and immediately happen.
Yeah.
What do you think
'Cause-
about in your head to not come?
To not come?
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like the go-to answer is like think baseball, grandma, like all that shit, right? But I also always thought that was weird. Of like so what you are having sex and then you're thinking of a family member.
I always thought that was weird.
It was always like
too.
super weird, right? Yeah. So
That's why I think about the dad I never met. No, I'm just kidding.
He would have done it better. No. I don't know that I consciously think of something. So I'm like really trying to assess like how sensitive are they right now, and I go like on a scale from 1 to 10, like what space are they in?
What's
are
the
they in a good
severity?
space to like last? Or are they in like, hey man, there's no way we're gonna last today. This
Are you
is
talking about your balls?
no, I'm talking about my dick.
Oh,
Why are you calling it they?
Because I said
So big, he
said
needs
the
to refer
sensory
to it
glands.
as a multiple.
it's like the
people.
royal we.
my dick identifies as them. I'm me. But
okay.
yeah. No, I'm talking about the glands, like the
Okay.
different sensory glands.
Oh,
Because you've got, so you've got a bunch of sensory nerves.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying like sometimes you're more sensitive than others, right? And so so I'll say this, right? I don't know if it's like this for y'all, but I know I last longer if I get head first. And it's by a landslide.
do you have to come?
No.
Oh,
No, part of it is, this is the way I look at it. Think of it as a warm up for me to then last. So like if I was like about to hit in a baseball game, I actually go to the batter's box first and I'm taking practice swings and I'm getting my muscles ready and I'm warming up. So when I take the real hit, I'm equipped to deliver on the real hit, right? If I just walk straight from the dugout past the batter's box up to the plate and I just start swinging as hard as I can, I'm gonna hurt myself because my body wasn't ready. So
Okay.
like head is like the warm up that gets all the nerves ready to go like, we're about to perform. Like get a hold of yourself.
This is the greatest sales pitch to give for women to give head.
Yeah, but it's real.
Men are like, I need the warm up. It will help you. Like, come on, please just suck my dick. Wait, just the tip. Just
I mean,
suck
I
it.
have to deliver upon that
And then
for
you
you
need
to be
the-
like, oh, it was real.
Yeah.
But then like, I'm being real. Like because what it is like a vagina feels so good, especially upon immediate
I wish I
insertion,
knew.
that it's sensory overload. So it's really easy to come fast when you haven't gotten head for there's a warm up. You're just trying to like get adjusted. It's
I
like,
wish I had a dick.
I don't jump
women
into
are the
water.
opposite because if
I
you
walk
don't,
into water.
women are the opposite because if you don't eat my pussy, I'm definitely not coming.
Sure, but that's a you thing. Now, no, what I mean is like
Most
in your
women
head.
don't come from sex though.
What's up?
Majority of women, like
No,
statistically,
it's psychological,
don't come from sex.
right?
Don't come
Like,
from penetrative
I
sex
didn't mean to like
only.
sniff my nose when I did that. My nose was itching. I just felt weird. Like I didn't want anybody to misinterpret that if they saw that.
What does that mean?
No, like it's like you were talking about like when you have sex and then like it looked like I sniffed my finger or something. I was like, no, I had my nose.
I was
itchy.
thinking.
So first off, I think that totally makes sense, right? And I do think all of coming is psychological, right? I think for women it is more psychological
Yeah.
than it is for men.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Mine's
And
so psychological.
So that totally makes sense to me. And I'm not going like you shouldn't be getting eaten out.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But my point is more like the sensory overload. Like you are asking me to withhold what my body wants to do. So I'm going like, help me. Like help
This is
me
a great sales
control
pitch.
the beast.
I need
'cause
somebody
You haven't
help.
belted and it's
Not
fucking
just
hard.
sucking dick.
Yeah, yeah. I need some. I just realized what you do.
I need some head help.
Yeah.
Not just any head.
Fellas, I'm looking out for y'all,
I need
man.
some slow. Say what?
Double hander type of bitch.
Double-hander type of bitch. That'd be a great shirt. Great shirt, great bumper sticker.
That's
and
okay.
don't explain.
We're gonna start
Don't
selling
explain.
merch.
Double hander type of bitch. If you know.
That's what they call me in the big rigs.
Oh, you met double hand Helen? Oh yeah.
You met double hander Wade over
Got
there.
me all the way to Albuquerque.
And I took that bitch to Texas.
Took that
if
bitch
you know what
to
I'm
Texas,
saying.
Route 69, if you know what I'm talking about.
Everything's bigger.
Hey.
Well,
I'll honk those horns. Okay, I don't know. Like, I'm just trying. What are the truck puns?
no, that was good.
All right.
She let me donkey punch her.
Yeah.
I see those mud flappers swinging.
Have you ever? Honest question. Have you? We've known what donkey punch is for years.
What's
right?
a donkey punch?
Donkey punch is when you're fucking somebody from the back and you punch them in the back of the head.
I know what it
I
is.
do know what that
how
is.
you do.
Yeah. You know,
Have you ever
I've done
met
it before.
somebody who actually enjoys it?
No.
Of all the,
you know who it is.
of all the kinks that we've heard of, and the people openly going like, I actually am one of the people who's into that. Have you ever heard a person who was like, donkey punch, I'm into it?
No.
Especially a woman.
You don't even, that's not something I think about.
Donkey punching's so crazy. Did you know in the UFC that's an illegal hit?
Donkey punching?
You can't even punch somebody in the back of the head in a fighting contest.
Oh, I
You're
hope
gonna
it'd
bring
be
it into
illegal
the-
to have your
into-
dick
Into the
out in the
bedroom?
UFC.
I mean, also, yeah, like you can't be fucking a dude in the ring and then be punching his head.
well,
it's like,
listen.
it's one or
hold
the
up.
other.
I would watch that.
I would too.
Don't take it off the table, okay?
Would
manifest
you-
that shit.
All right, okay, so let me ask you this: so, are either of you gay in any way?
Yes.
Okay, so do you enjoy the porn you watch? Can you watch bisexual porn? And I mean like
No.
men who are
I watch-
bisexual.
Yes,
I watch gay
I
men.
love that.
Okay.
I love
That's
that.
a total growing thing that I'm learning.
Yeah.
A lot of women are really into watching bisexual men.
Yeah.
And I'm not watching it for the girl. I'm watching it like for the guy. Like
Yeah.
I want to be turned on by the dude who's having sex. And so
Yeah.
when I watch two buff, like fit, hot guys fuck each other, you're also watching guys view like or interact with men in a way that they would interact with women. Does that
It's
make sense? But with
interesting.
each other.
I just feel like
So
you're
there's not
watching
that-
like a spotter at the gym
Yeah.
cross the line.
Yes.
And it's
And I
hot.
like that.
You know
I
what I
like
mean?
I like
fantasizing
that.
about that.
But it's almost like you get to view being desired by a man without the objectification.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Without the lens of it being like a woman that he's desiring? Because there's like an inherent like superiority thing where with the guy, it's just bros fucking.
So you just like the psychology of it.
It's psychology.
It's-
yeah.
it
And
makes
they're
it
hot.
hotter.
And then I'm like,
that's,
oh, they're
that's further
pleasing
proof
each other.
that like women come psychologically.
Yeah.
Like it's not that men don't, but y'all are so much deeper with it.
So
Because I've
much.
never heard one dude be like, I'm just trying to fuck to the connection. You know what I mean?
That's what they
But
say
even
to
about
girls
straight
who
porn,
feel that
like,
way.
We're never like, okay, so I'll give you a great example of a really hot example of this. There was a porn star that I loved. Like, I still love, you know what I mean? But just in that vein of like great porn, great scenes, I'm always going to say yes to watching
is
one
it?
of those. Mia Malkova, for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. She was
So-
on the pod.
Well, she seems super dope. Like,
Yeah, she's
I don't,
awesome.
I don't want to meet her because, you know, they say don't meet your
Don't
heroes.
meet your heroes.
But no, I'm sure she's great. But there was a guy she used to date, since we're saying her name. So it was Danny Mountain. And I didn't know anything about the relationship other than I knew that they were a couple. And I think for an era in her career, I think she was only doing scenes with him. I didn't like deep dive to research this. I think that held true. But knowing that they're a couple when they're doing a scene puts an extra like little something in it.
yeah.
You can kind of see like when they're looking at each other in the eyes, like you
It's
feel like there's a
genuine
little more
desire.
connection.
For connection.
So this was my point. It's like we do fuck for connection. We are into connection, just not as deep as y'all. Like I couldn't watch two women fucking and be like, just look at the fucking connect. Are y'all feeling the chemistry here? This is crazy.
Yeah. Well, so like there's a
Are
porn
they
site.
made for each other?
They are.
This
They
is
look
beautiful.
like
They're
the same puzzle
soulmates.
piece. How do they fit?
It's even
Like,
hotter
I'm
when
not
it's
doing that.
enemies to lovers. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the good shit.
yeah.
I
Oh,
always like. I do like. I will admit, I do like the porn. And here's the thing about it. Like, I wouldn't even jerk off to it, but I just want to watch it. Anytime a woman's getting fucked in or on something I wouldn't have imagined they're getting fucked on. It's just a pure curiosity. When I saw a chick getting fucked on a motorcycle, I was like, that's a fun shape.
While they were driving?
No. He like pulled over and like fucked her on the side of the road. But like the position she had to put herself in to get fucked on the motorcycle, I was just fascinated by like, I've never seen a woman in that shape before.
I'm just picturing like somebody getting fucked and you know like those spinny cup things at like Disney World and
like the teacup ride?
Yeah, like that's what I'm picturing.
Throw up. I would projectile vomit.
Like I would watch that porn.
All right, yeah, and then they pour hot water into it to like really like help.
And then
the
he
tea
teabags
brew.
her.
What's the weirdest?
Her, and then she's got to drink all the water.
Okay, what's the weirdest porn? What's the weirdest porn y'all have seen like on a deep dive?
Oh, let me tell you a story. Check me out. So, all right, when we were in college, my best friend and I, one of the things we loved doing was if we saw a porn scene that was just too funny to jerk off to, we would just send it to each other, say nothing, and just see if the other person could figure out what was so funny about it. And you're like, did you see it? So the thing, yeah. Here's my favorite one I ever saw. It looked like it was for a site for bigger women, not big women, to differentiate, because it's about the body type. The idea was that you were a curvy bigger than a skinny girl with a Coke bottle figure.
So a little
Does that
thick?
make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so. I don't know specifically that term, but it seems accurate. So
You don't know what thick is?
I know what thick is. I've just never heard Lil Thick.
A little thick.
Because Lil Thick to me though is like if there's a skinny girl who has an ass,
That's little.
That's
that's
a
Lil
little
Thick.
thick.
But that's not what
That's
this
not what
site
you're
is.
talking about?
I'm saying she would be bigger
She's a size 8.
than a skinny girl.
Okay, so thick with
And I don't know women's
3
sizes.
C's?
What's up?
Thick with 3 C's.
Sure. I'd love to see like someone should sell a chart, like a diagram of how many C's equal what body type,
Yeah.
so I can understand. Oh yeah, we're
Women
talking
everywhere
like
would
the
hate
Scoville
this.
scale for
I know.
thickness. You know what I mean?
I'd get my feelings hurt by that chart.
Yeah, let's do a hot ones, but let's do thought ones.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you got to just eat a different girl's pussy between each question. No, I'm joking.
Wait, that's a great
That's a
idea.
great OnlyFans TVs. That's just how you should
let's
do
cut
it.
that. Don't put it out there. That's
He's
our
like,
money.
I'm gonna capitalize
That's
off this.
our money.
Yes.
My thought, but on your show, we're in this together.
We
And
get 10%.
so many
I'm
thoughts.
with it.
Okay.
I'm all on team. Y'all pick the girls. I'll bring the forks and knives.
Hey.
So the point is, it's for like women who are not small, but they are curvy, and they wouldn't be perceived as overweight. No one would be like, you need to lose weight. You're like, oh, that's a cool figure. Whatever.
Yes.
I get, you know what I'm trying to say. This woman's in the bank. Let me set the scene. This woman's in the bank. She's on the phone in the bank. She's walking out the bank. She's finishing up a phone call. She sees something on the ground. She looks down. She kneels. She looks at the phone. She goes, I'm going to have to call you back. Hangs up the phone. Pan down. There's a donut on the sidewalk. She picks up the donut.
I see where this is going.
How'd you get a video of Emily?
This was last Tuesday, dude.
Yeah, man. So she picks up the donut. She looks at it. She's really eyeing it.
Yeah.
She's about to bite it. She
Oh.
reaches to bite it.
Okay.
She stops. She looks at the ground. There's another donut. She goes to that donut. Picks it up. Now she's got 2 donuts, hand in hand, double fisting.
What a woman.
Doesn't even know which one to get first.
Mm.
Do I bite this one? Do I bite this one? They're the same flavor, but who do I prioritize? Goes to bite it. Stops. Looks down. There's another donut.
Is donut a euphemism?
No.
Ah,
We're talking donuts.
like
What
Boston
We're
cream.
talking
What are we
donut?
talking?
Glazed fucking donuts.
Glazed.
Oh, I
We're
would
talking
be tempted.
fried dough.
Krispy
A
Kreme.
covered-
Little
I'm
cinnamon
thinking
on
about
there.
it right now. I'm wet. It's happening.
Cut ahead.
Okay.
She turns a corner. She's got 2 arms full of donuts.
Whoa.
She hasn't taken a bite of any yet. She's got a lot of donuts. She's got so many donuts, I can't see her boobs anymore. I don't know how big those things
You're
are.
like, I'm out.
I know they're good for holding donuts. Reverse the camera. There's a guy holding a donut box who is in the process of putting down another donut. He looks up. He sees her. He goes, I knew this shit would work. She comes over to him. He goes, oh, so you like donuts? She's like, yeah, I love donuts. He's like, I got some chocolate donuts back at the crib. She's like, you got chocolate? I don't know what happens after that because I skipped ahead. The next frame I see is her giving the hardest blowjob I have ever seen with a donut down his dick at the base of his pelvis, and she is mashing her face into the donut. She's deep throating him so hard.
Wow.
And I was crying laughing.
Rock hard.
I have never been softer in my life and so happy. Like simultaneously both things.
You're like, I'm so glad I'm not into this because my donut bill would be outrageous.
Why do I
too many
think that I
donuts.
would be into this?
I'm into it.
Incredible. I was
crazy.
so pleased, and I do think the AVN should have an award for funniest porno. I do think that should be a category of like a porn that is actually geared towards making
comedy
you laugh as you
section.
come. I remember reading this article from a sex psychologist once, and I was like, that's interesting. And her suggestion was one of the best ways to improve your sex life with a partner is to include a sense of humor in the bedroom.
Love it.
And the reason was it relieves tension from a tensioned circumstance. The idea that sometimes, or in many cases, there is so much pressure to perform that you put yourself in a position to where you can't. And so like having a mental release helps you get more comfortable. And the idea of if you're not judging each other, or at least don't feel like you are judging each other for how the other one performs, and you're just in it together, you actually end up outperforming yourself.
Yes.
That's a reality, right?
Yeah.
So I'm really big on having a sense of humor in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing certain things that are funny in the bedroom because I just think
You go coochie coochie coo.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That's why I just like talk into dicks like they're mics, and I like slap around soft dicks and make jokes.
I like quoting movies after I come.
I
think
love
it's always
that.
fun. You know what I mean? You just come, you're just like, ugh, you're gonna need a bigger boat. You just anything you can think of. You know, it works for ladies too. You're on top of some dude, right? You make him come, you mush his fucking face. You're like, that'll do, pig. Like,
So
I just think all of that's really funny.
The first time I squirted was actually because I was having sex with someone who I like. They were kind of like a best friend. I was dating them, but they were such like a best friend. I probably shouldn't have been dating them, but we were able to joke and have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And that was the first time during sex I didn't feel like I wasn't insecure about my body or how it looked because we were like cracking jokes. So I'm on top, and at one point I was just like, say my name. And then he looked back at me and he went, Jaime.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, I was like kind of like riding him as I was doing that, which is like I laughed so hard that as I was like riding him and I was so not in my head, his like dick fell out. And as it fell out, I like squirted a little. And he's like, did you just squirt? And I was like, yeah, we high-fived.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
I would have been like, Free Willy.
That's good.
And
Can I just say, if you went, what's my name? I'd have been like, I don't even know who you are right now.
you gotta go along with it. We're in the moment. It's role play.
So that's women, it's psychological. If you can make her laugh and get her out of her head and present in the moment, she'll come so much harder.
Sure.
And that
But that's the thing.
became-
If you talk like that, though, you're not going to get the name you want.
No, that's what's
What's
the point.
my name? Marvin. You sound
know?
like Greg.
Who the fuck is Marvin?
Right. Who is Marvin? And
I'm like, are you cheating on me? Are you bisexual?
what does he do that I don't do?
I just the ass.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's.
Yeah.
I believe that.
I
just believe that.
but
I'm just saying in general.
That became
I
like
think most people don't do that.
a staple for me that experience. I was like, I can only date people or hook up with people that I am so comfortable with that I can laugh with them.
Yeah.
Because if I can't laugh with you and have fun with you, like I just know it's gonna be bad.
Yep. No, that's real. I don't want a person who doesn't have a sense of humor about sex. Like it doesn't actually sound appealing.
It's
and
funny.
I don't know anyone who would disagree when they really think about it.
And if you do disagree, I'm like, you're kind of like a boring, weird person.
Oh, your sex has to be so lame.
yeah. I'm like, I feel bad for you.
Like I have this fear of. Can I tell you a real story? Like a real story.
Have you been telling fake ones?
I've been telling real stories, but
He's
I mean, like
opening
this
up.
is like you want to know something inner about me.
Yes,
like,
yes.
There's so much I'm hiding myself. All right, so I had a health scare 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was in LA, and I remember I went to the bathroom, and I had a movement, and it was really painful. And then as I was going back to bed, this is in the middle of the night, I passed out face first on the floor in the hallway. And the only reason I was able to get to the hospital is because our dog in the house was like barking up a storm. And my roommate woke up, saw I was like passed out, called 911. I go to the hospital.
Thank God.
I'm in the hospital for 3 days. They're doing all these kinds of tests. They can't figure out what's wrong with me. And when I am contemplating my mortality, because at that point, it's for sure crossed your mind. You're like, am I one of those people? Did I get one of those rare diseases and I'm just going to be that story of that young guy who got that thing?
He just died.
Am I one of those, right? Because they've done the test. Like, what's the thing, right? I'm contemplating my mortality. I'm replaying my life. I'm kind of like contemplating the decisions I made, the relationships I formed. How do I feel about that? If I go now, how would people talk about me? I'm really having those thoughts, genuinely not trying to make jokes. I'm going through my head going, my relationships are good. My parents know I love them. They know I tried everything I could to achieve my dreams. I never embarrassed them. My friends know I love them. I tell them I love them all the time. I've been there for people. I've bailed people out of things. People have bailed me out of things. Like, I chased every dream I ever had. Whether I achieved it or not, I reached a level that I could be proud of before I moved on. Something. I had no regrets, except for one. And the one regret I had, I could not believe that was true. I'm on my hypothetical deathbed, and I'm sitting there in a hospital for 3 days going, God, I wish I tried to have more threesomes. Swear to God.
That was the thing you regretted.
Was real. Of all the things I had ever done in my life, what I really regretted is that I hadn't just tried. Just tried.
It's always sex for men.
It was on my deathbed. I really went, all things considered, I think I did all right. But I was always so scared to try that because I was always afraid I was going to offend someone. I was going to make them feel like they were somehow lesser than or not enough by suggesting the idea that I wanted to do this. But for me, it was never about that. That's not what I get out of it. That's not what excites me about it. It was never about making the person feel lesser than, right? If anything, it's like I want the person to be more involved because that is part of what the turn on is. You want to know the real thing that's sexy as fuck to me about threesomes? And I can't speak for any man. I'm talking about me. The thing that I love the most about it, it's a fun ass puzzle.
He's like, it really hits that part of my brain. I'm like,
it is so fun to be in that moment trying to think through it and trying to be like, all right, I'm trying to like pleasure this person this way and make sure they feel good that way. And then I'm getting to enjoy this, but then I gotta like stay occupied with that. Like, it was a fun game.
Okay.
Like, I really mean that.
He played it with Legos as a kid.
It wasn't, I swear to God, like, look, I can't speak for anybody else. I haven't confirmed that it was like this way for anybody else. I can truly say, like, when I had a threesome, that is what I liked so much about it. It was such a fun new way to have fun in that space. I just liked trying to figure it out. It's like if you play a game for the first time and you realize, holy shit, I really like this game. It was that feeling.
Like, you want to beat the final boss.
Yeah, I just kind of want to see how good I can do. And then I like talking afterwards and being like, what did you like? What did you like? That was cool, right? That was cool. Like, as long as you had a good experience. Like, it was never like a dominant thing where
like,
it was
can
just
you
like I
leave a
was taking
5-star written
advantage
review
of
for me,
somebody.
please?
It was really like, that was like a dope ass experience, right? And it was just that, and we were good. And like, I really loved that. And so I'm not trying to sell someone on it. I'm just saying, like,
You keep pitching us.
you know what I mean? But like, I really don't want it to come off that way.
Whoever's listening
No.
is gonna be a very lucky lady.
I just think there is something to that I've never heard a man say. And had I heard that, that's the thing I would have identified with, where I was like, I actually just found it like really fun to try to figure it out.
Threesomes?
Threesomes
are really
three
fun.
thumbs? Yeah, sure.
Fuck you guys. Threesomes are the man's Roman Empire.
Well, the Roman Empire is the Roman Empire.
They have many Roman empires, and threesomes are one of them.
Threesomes are
That
never
they always
gonna
think
fall.
about.
Threesomes are forever. They're never
I just
gonna
think
fall.
new puss is the Roman Empire. Men think about new puss a lot.
Listen, nobody ever set threesomes on fire, all right? Roman Empire burned down. All right? I wanna
Hey,
be real.
listen, if you fucked the wrong person, some shit could be on fire.
Threesomes didn't crucify Jesus. I want to make that very clear.
Do you
okay?
think Yeah.
Well, I mean, the threesome between
Jesus died so we
Mary,
could have
Joseph, and
threesomes.
God.
Jesus loves threesomes. That's the Holy Trinity. Wouldn't that be a rap bar?
Father,
And
the
the
Son,
Son,
Wouldn't that be
and
a
the
dope
Holy
ass
Spirit.
rap bar?
Yeah.
Like somebody drops that line, you'd be like, all right, that was kind of dope. I'm not gonna front.
That's your next rap.
You should
that
write
do.
that.
I should, but I'm not a rapper.
Oh, okay.
No, but
well.
you do comedy raps. So.
I comedy raps from time to time.
They're good.
Thanks.
Wait, before
Yeah.
before we get high
Yeah.
and forget, you have a special to promote. I know we already talked about it, but where
Yeah.
can we find it?
My special is available on YouTube right now. If you search JB Ball or It's My Privilege, or if you go to 800 Pound Gorilla, that's the production company that we did it with. All of those will lead you right there. But if you search JB Ball, it's probably the first or second video that's come up. The reviews are honestly like the most like fulfilling, like rewarding thing to like read through. Like when I do it, I don't always do it, but it's so dope to see how people are connecting with you and how people are like, man, I don't know who the fuck this guy was, but how did I not know? Like the passion that you can see in their words. That's the part where I go like, man, you really meant this because you didn't have to write a comment
You
at
made
all.
them
I
feel
read
something.
the comments and I was like, wow, they really like they're viewing you like so highly, and so I'm really excited to watch it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
spoke very highly of you.
I did work very hard on it. And like the thing is like comics that know, like I'm known by comics. Like I'm not necessarily known as much by fans. The fans that do know me are like, that guy's good as shit. But then the comics that know me are like, it's only a matter of time on that guy. Like people just don't know. And I always like, I drew confidence from the fact that like people I looked up to were saying that about me, where they're like, kid, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Don't stop doing that. That actually is a
feels
special
good.
thing. So to finally like get that response from the people, because I get to feel it night to night, like in a crowd, but it's such a small vacuum
Yeah.
relative to like the whole world or the whole country or something like that.
Yeah.
To
And
see
you
how, like, people in
self-produced
the
it with
country-
that team?
Yeah. So I basically storyboarded the whole thing. Obviously, I wrote the whole thing. I performed the whole thing. I directed it alongside another guy. So like he has the director credit, but that's because I physically cannot direct it as I am doing it, right? So like we worked together to make this thing. I think he crushed it on his end. Like he nailed exactly what I like had designed. So like at one point, it's just all I can do is communicate what I'm looking for. He's the one who has to nail it, and he fucking crushed it.
I love
It's
that.
so well produced.
It looks beautiful.
It looks great.
Yeah. and,
Congratulations.
thank you so much. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
that's
any
awesome.
any final words or anything you want to talk about? Any couple topics? This can be off like camera. Did you feel there were clips for you in there?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Just have at it. Whatever you want. Like if you saw something, just go for it. There was nothing that struck me as like, don't share that.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything's game.
Cool.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that was fun.
Sweet.
That's fun. It's fun to do it with the cards. That's a relief for me.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
fun.
It just gives us a jumping off point. I'm like, yeah, let's get into the shit.
Yeah, we like that. We're just like shooting the shit and having fun with it, and
Oh yeah.
it's a good time.
Well, this was great.
yeah, we're
yeah.
glad you
This
came.
was a great
Next
conversation.
time I'm going to interview y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Next time
I
I'm
like
coming in
that.
with questions for y'all.
we'll have a part
I'm deep
two.
diving on you.
We
Yeah.
love doing part 2, so the next time you're in the area,
We'll do it.
We'll do a part 2.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what if we did one with you and Brad and us?
We can do it.
Oh, that could be fun.
That
Yeah,
would
we'd
be a
love
fun
that.
one.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're in Dania.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In November.
Yeah, let's do it.
So where can we find you coming up on tour?
Yeah, so on tour I
In the
don't
next,
have-
year.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean like overall I'm going to be in I'm going to headline a show in November in Portland. I'm going to headline a show in Seattle. I'm going to be headlining in Detroit. I'll be headlining in Tampa. The rest of the dates you'll see for the rest of the going to be on all of Brad Williams' theater dates. I'm going to be on that theater tour, so you'll see me there. And then anything outside of that will be me headlining around the country.
Hell
So if
yeah.
you just keep a lookout, you know what I mean? My website is ballforpresident.com. That's my last name, the number 4, president. Those are all my social media handles as well. It's all Ball for President.
Love
and then, yeah,
that.
just take a look at what I'm working on. I'm keeping it funny, but I'm keeping it smart.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks
This is great.
for coming in.
Thank you.
I'm high right now.
You seem so
too.
high.
I am high. I'm like, well, words aren't coming out.
This was great.
was so
This
fun.
will be coming out next week. We have our live show at the Miami Improv October 25th. It's going to be a Wednesday. It's going to be a night to remember.
Hell yeah.
Our Laugh Boston show with Brittany Brave on October 8th in Boston, Massachusetts. Make sure you buy your tickets now.
Yeah. Is that her real name, by the way?
Yes.
That really is her real
Isn't
name.
that crazy?
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Such
a
a
great
good
name.
name.
Yeah, my last name's Ball. It's like a real word, but not a word I want.
I think it's a good
Brave is
name,
No, I
dope.
like yours.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But Brave is dope. I
That's
like
a
that.
great name.
That's super dope.
And she's like small and mighty and just
Yeah.
like she's great.
She's got like no excuse to be a pussy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
Oh no,
her
she
family's
isn't though.
name.
She's such a fucking
Yeah.
tough bitch. I love her.
Yeah. She,
All right.
she like bails on a roller coaster. You're like, bitch, give me that name. Yeah.
I take that back.
Oh my
All right,
god.
you guys have been great. We hope you have a great day. Get high, take a hit for us, smoke some weed for JB because he doesn't smoke.
I damn sure don't.
And tune into his special, It's My Privilege on YouTube. We will catch you next week, you filthy fucking stoners.
Love you guys.